very inexpensive ways for you to market. You'll have an opportunity to ask your questions and get some good pro tips, things of that nature. So welcome. And since this is the first one, I don't think we'll have a lot of questions just yet, but we may. Hopefully we will. But I just want to go ahead and jump on and see if everybody is feeling okay, and if they can hear me, and they can see me. Just see if everybody is here and ready to make this happen. So looking forward to getting some feedback on this. So, all right. So let me know if you're in the room. If you are, I'll give it a couple of minutes. I just want to see who's here. Let's see. See who I can invite just to see who's on, and we will get it going. All right, so it's a beautiful day today. Real nice day. So hopefully everybody's having a beautiful day too, and everybody is enjoying themselves. These lives will be about 30 minutes long. I will talk about a pro tip, pro strategy, and then if there's time available, I will also answer any type of questions that you may have. And then what we're going to do is we'll go over to Clubhouse, and that will give you a little bit more time to answer questions. That'll be a little bit more interactive than the lives themselves, but it'll give you some good content there as well, and a good time to network with between each other. So sorry if you're hearing some things. I'm just testing right now to make sure that all these lives go well and make sure that they are on each platform. I just want to make sure that they are showing up. So you might see some things like test. I'm just logging into different platforms and just seeing if they all show up. This is the first time I'm leveraging some different software. Some of the software are free and some of them are paid, but I'm leveraging different software and leveraging different strategies. And this way I can bring it to you because I've actually tested it. I've actually done it versus just heard somebody else say that it worked. So that's what a lot of people do. They say, well, it works because so-and-so said it works. And if you ask them if they've ever tried it, then they will then admit that they have never tried it. So that's good. Oh, okay. I have somebody on. So Zamra says, what are we talking about? Great. We're talking about actual ways to market your business for less than the cost of lunch money. So if you have a business and you're looking for different tools and ways to market your business, we are going to bring up some different ways that you can market your business, and it doesn't cost you a lot of money to do so. So hopefully that is something of value. Is that something of value to you? Put in yes in the chat if it is. I'm thinking that it is, but I do not want to assume. I think everybody wants to find out ways to grow their business and not break the bank. So that's what these talks will be about. And moving forward, hopefully, it will be an opportunity for me to let you talk to some of the creators of some of the software and some of the strategies out there, so you can ask them directly the question. Okay, so this might not be for you, Zamra, but that's fine. That's great. I mean, I'm happy that you came on, and that allows me to know that you actually did get the calendar invite out there, or you saw the actual calendar posts out there. So you found me that way, and at least test that to show that it is getting out there. And maybe somebody that can benefit from doing this type of marketing, finding out different marketing tools. Now, I would like to ask you a question. If it's not benefiting you, is that because you don't have a business at this present time, or is just not up your alley? That's the question I would love to know for that. It just helps me to provide better content myself as I'm coming on. So that'll help. Okay. Well, that's good. I mean, I do still appreciate you coming on because I mean, your feedback is still very valuable. I mean, this is really good information. And when you do start a business, or if you know somebody that has a business, this might be for them. I really appreciate you taking some time out to at least come on and hear what I have to say. It means a lot to me because um, a lot of times we are out here self-serving and we're just wanting to only talk to people that can directly benefit us at the present time. And my thing is to build a community. Let's talk. Let's all give our inputs. You probably know some great tools that you're using just for social media. It might not be for business, but it might benefit business in a huge way, um, just by your knowledge of how you're leveraging just getting out there yourself, even though it might not be business related. So that's wonderful. So I see that this is working on Haps. This is the first tool I like to let you know about. Haps is an actual tool to help you broadcast and live stream. It's haps.tv. It's a free app. I'm testing it. This is the very first time I've been on Haps. I actually learned about it from a talk that I was on another app called Angle, which is similar to Clubhouse. So I'm testing it just to see if it can work across platforms. So if you see me looking down a lot, that's what I'm doing. I'm looking down to see if it's actually showing on other platforms that I'm synced up with. And if I can multicast basically from one platform to all of my social media platforms. And if so, this is a cool tool because so far it's working on Facebook. I'm on my LinkedIn now to see if it's going to actually work on LinkedIn as well. So I have it on my LinkedIn. I just want to see if it's showing up on LinkedIn also. So that's going to be a big thing. I have it on my YouTube. Also, I have it on Instagram. So I'm just seeing if it's going on. Oh, and also Twitter. So I just want to see if it's going on all the social media platforms. And it gives me 1 point of entry. So I don't have to actually log into everybody or all of my socials and try to have a whole lot of different cameras looking at me at the same time. So so far, so good. So far, it is doing what it's designed to do. I'm excited about that. I think that's going to be something great. Let me see. Review. Okay. And let me go to the profile and see if it's showing there. It is showing on Twitter. Okay. Great. 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 And LinkedIn, is it showing? See all activities? Okay, I'm just looking to see if it is actually showing on LinkedIn. I don't see it on LinkedIn. So it should have connected to LinkedIn, but I don't see it per se on my LinkedIn. So that's something I may have to work around. Let's see what else we have. We have Instagram. Instagram's the other giant that I want to see. Am I showing up? Okay, so I may Let me see. How do I do my LinkedIn TV or Instagram TV? Okay, so I have to check on LinkedIn and Instagram. I won't spend all of your time doing that. Oh, and the last one's YouTube. YouTube. Am I showing up on my YouTube? So I will go to switch accounts, go to my Mr. Marketology, and I'm showing on YouTube. So LinkedIn and Twitter are the two I need to, LinkedIn and Instagram are the two I need to look at, but that's not a problem. I can test this a little later. So HAPS is, I would say, the first tool that I'm going to provide you a resource so you can actually market yourself for very low cost. And since it's free, that's definitely cheaper than going out to fast food and getting lunch. So that's free, the free. So definitely HAPS. It's haps.tv. Actually, I will put it in the comments so you will know. I want to give everybody an opportunity to get their business going and have these resources. Great thing about HAPS that I've noticed, I've only been on with them for a few days. Their founders actually in their company actually have broadcast themselves where they answer questions directly. And they tell you about the new features, and they actually help promote other broadcasters that are on their app. So, that's a lot of support, a lot of community. And I think that that's wonderful that they do that. If you have an opportunity to try out the program, take some time to look at some of their broadcasts, and you'll learn different ways to leverage the platform, as well as it's always good when you get to know the people actually running it, actually owning it. So you can get in there and find people that are really helping build their business as well as yours. So that's something strong. And now here's another topic that I do want to talk about. So outsourcing for pennies on the dollar. You may have been pulled in by that title, and I do want to talk about that in the time that I have. So there are different ways that you can get a lot of things done, and you can get it done for pennies on the dollar. So one thing a mentor told me once was to evaluate how much my time is worth, and if the task is less than what my time is worth, then I should leverage outsourcing it to someone else. And so I take that into consideration whenever I'm making a to-do list, because here's the thing. If you're worth this amount of time, you can go do things that are a lot more important than doing a lot of busy work. And the busy work you can outsource for pennies on the dollar. So I'm going to look at providing you with one that you probably have heard of, maybe not, but it's called Upwork.com. So Upwork.com is one way to leverage this. It's a freelance marketplace that you can outsource several different types of things. And basically, you let them know what you need, you let them know your budget, and they then let you know how much they will do it for. You can do it by the hour, paying by the hour, or you can do it by the project. One strategy that I usually go out and first start by the project. That way I have a hard cost. I know I'm willing to pay this amount, and from this amount, this is what I want done. Here's what I expect. When you start doing by the hour, I would be a little bit more advanced and used to the platform before starting to do that. Because even if they come in at, $3, $4, $5 an hour, they may run up a lot of hours, and for the task be a little bit more than what you want to spend. So here is a recommendation on how to set up an Upwork's job request or project request. First thing, you want to outline your budget. Now, there are a couple of things that you want to look at when outlining your budget. The first thing that you want to look at is how much do you really want to spend? Let's say you want to spend $50. That's your hard, real budget. So you don't want to go over $50. Now, the second is how much do you want to put up that you want to have in your budget? And I would have that budget less than what you're really wanting to spend. So the way I do is I usually put it at the floor. So I usually say $6 and I tell them to let me know how much it's going to cost. Now, a lot of times they're going to put in, $6, they'll put that in and they may try to bait and switch you by saying, oh, $6. And then after they talk to you, oh, well, it's going to cost you this, and you're saying, well, you said $6. Now you're saying $1,000. So that's the reason you want to know what your real budget is. And then you put in this amount. And it doesn't have to be the floor. You don't have to do it like I do. You can say $20, $40, but it shouldn't go over $50. So that's your budget. Second, you want to make sure that you specify the time frame you need it done. Is it something that you can wait a few days or do you need it today or overnight? Let them know. That's very important. The third thing that you want to do is you want to be very thorough in your job description. You want to be very thorough, no questions asked. I am preparing a checklist, a template that you can use for that, but you want to be very thorough with your project description so they know exactly what you're looking for. And you want them to provide you with some sort of clarification that they've read it, they're qualified. So the two ways that I do that, the first way I do it is I put in questions in my job description. And if they don't answer the questions, 9 times out of 10, they just gave me a templated, response. They really didn't read it, or they didn't pay attention to detail, which is very important. If they don't pay attention to detail, that's something that's very important when they're doing your project, because you don't want them to want to charge you for something that's incomplete. Okay, so now you set up your budget, you've given the description, you've asked for them a couple of questions. You want to see if they've done this before. Now, certain tasks, it doesn't matter if they've actually done it before or not. Other tasks, it may be important. If you're trying to have a website design, it's probably important for you to look at some of their past work. If you're having them just repost a tweet that you have that's out there, retweet something, repost something on social, they don't really need experience in doing that. They can just do that. So it just depends on what you're having them do. You may want to have examples. A lot of times they will have a portfolio in their actual account. So you'll be able to see some past work, but it may not be exactly what you're asking them for. So you want to make it as close to what you're asking them for as possible. And you want to make sure that they understand your business in some cases, because they may have designed a website that's not in your industry and it's not the type of website that you need. So, like, for instance, they may have designed websites, but you need a funnel. It's a total different mindset, total different way of approaching it. And a lot of times in that particular project, I get people that say they're qualified that don't even know what a funnel is, because the examples that they give me are all websites. And I'm like, no, I want a funnel. I'll give them an example of what a funnel looks like. And they still come back with more websites. So I know they don't know what a funnel is. And it would take a lot of time for me to educate them on how to build a funnel. And that's another point I want to bring up is if it takes you more time to help them do the job than you doing it yourself, that is not the person you want to outsource it to. You don't want to pay them and spend however much time it would have took you to do it. So that's something that happens a lot of times. But as you start vetting more and more, you'll start getting more comfortable. You'll start, knowing what things to look for when you're outsourcing these projects. So that is how to leverage Upwork. What I like to do is I like to, like I say, start off with a project-based project. So I pay them what is called a fixed project rate. And it's just flat rate for whatever the project is. Doesn't matter how long it takes them to do it. It's a flat rate. Then from there, as I start getting more and more comfortable, I may switch over to either that particular person or my next project being more of a per hour base. And I usually do the per hour base if it's a longer term project. If it's something that they should take care of in a day or two, I usually don't do that. But if it's something that they're going to be doing for me over and over again, week after week, then I'll do a time base or hourly base. But what I do, here's the two things that I would say be aware of. I set a cap per week, and I usually start off low, like 5 hours, maybe 10. That way I know exactly how much I'm going to spend per week, and I do not let them go over that. So I uncheck the ability for them to manually put in hours. I always do that. I've been burned once before to where somebody ran it up a couple $100 and they didn't provide me what I asked them for. But since I was paying them by the hour, it was a long, arbitration to get it rectified. But that taught me don't do hourly until you are ready, and limit the amount of hours that they're able to log until you get comfortable with that particular person. And then you can up their hours. You can go to, full time, 40, 50 hours a week. You can go to full time, but start off with a limited amount. Now, if the job is going to take more than 5 hours, then, put 10. You should know roughly how long it should take them. And hopefully, if you hire correctly, they'll be a little bit more efficient than maybe you are. So they can probably get it done quicker if they're an expert in that particular field for that particular project. But that's another thing that I recommend definitely doing. Definitely capping that, starting off. And then as you grow, you can start putting more and more projects in, and you start basing that off of your overall budget, your overall marketing budget. And the last step that I usually do is I will usually hire a virtual assistant to be my manager, to manage the other people that I have doing different tasks. And that takes that off of my plate. Now, I tie that into the overall marketing budget, but I have this person be my point of communication, and that person goes out and starts to talk to other contractors out there and keep them on task. So that's how I leverage Upworks, which if you know this term, Odesk, then you know about Upworks, because that's what it used to be before it was Upworks. But that's how you can leverage Upworks to get a lot of things done for you for pennies on the dollar. And then you can focus on more core functions and projects of your business. So hopefully that helped. I'm keeping these 30 minutes long because we're about to jump over to Clubhouse, and we're about to jump over and do full up conversation in Clubhouse. So if you have any questions, feel free to put it in the chat here. But if you would like, you can hold and then go over to the actual chat in Clubhouse. Let me find the link for Clubhouse for that. Let me see. It will be. Let me see if I can find this link for Clubhouse. Oops. Let me go over to my calendar. Sorry, I'm having techie difficulties trying to find it. It's actually under the exact same name. Okay. Okay, let me see. We are. Come on, scroll. Okay. All right. So, all right, here we go. Okay, so it will be HTTPS. Okay. Clubhouse.com /event /T9W CJN. Oh. All right. So that's the actual link. If you'd like to jump over to Clubhouse and join the conversation, that'll be the link for the event there, and we'll talk more about it. So I thank the people that have come on. I do appreciate you taking some time to jump on and hear what I had to say. We'll be doing these every day at lunch. So every day at noon Eastern Standard Time, we'll jump into another way that you can market your business for less than the price of lunch. I'll be here to provide you resources, strategies, as well as to answer any of your questions. If you would like more information or something more custom to you, feel free to message me on the platform that you're seeing this on. You can message me and let me know. Just put in what your question is. Let me know that you heard it from Lunch Money Marketing, and then I can help you further from there. So I'm about to jump off so I can jump over to Clubhouse, and hopefully I'll be talking with you there.